So hi Facebook, it's Karis here with another edition of Flexion Friday. And today I am at Open Center Yoga in Bristol. So this is kind of like a dual Flexion Friday / promotion for my new Friday night class over here at Open Center, where I am teaching a Vinyasa Flow yoga class from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock on every Friday night. And we're located right here on Wood Street in Bristol. So it's an awesome location, it's an awesome space, awesome studio, lots of good vibes here. So I encourage you to come out, check out my Vinyasa Flow yoga class. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, so also, we're going to do an edition of Flexion Friday here from the studio. So today we're going to talk about Adho Mukha Svanasana, which is downward facing dog. So it's kind of like the most well-known of yoga poses, the most popular, I guess you could say. And that's because it's incredible. It's got lots of benefits. It's going to calm the brain and help relieve stress and mild depression. It's going to energize the body. It's going to stretch the shoulders, the hamstrings, the calves, the arches, and the hands. It's going to strengthen the arms and the legs. It's going to help relieve symptoms of menopause. It's going to relieve menstrual discomfort. It's going to prevent osteoporosis. It's going to improve digestion. It's going to relieve headaches, insomnia, back pain, and fatigue. And it's also therapeutic for high blood pressure, asthma, flat feet, sciatica, and sinusitis. So there's not much that this pose can't cure, according to Yoga Journal. And my personal experience. So it's an amazing pose. It really, really stretches you out. You feel really good. You feel energized. It's a really, really powerful pose. It's contraindicated for people with carpal tunnel syndrome, diarrhea, ew, gross, pregnancy, late-term pregnancy. This pose is a no-go. And if you have high blood pressure or a headache, it's best to perform this pose supported with your head on a block or a bolster. So I am going to take you on a little tour of the studio here. You can see everything. It's beautiful, beautiful space. And then I'm just going to set up my camera so that I can move through this pose and go through it with you. So, we're going to begin on our hands and knees. We're going to stack the hips over the knees. We're going to walk the hands slightly forward of the shoulders. And then our index fingers are going to be parallel or turned slightly out. We're going to tuck our toes under. Exhale deeply and lift the knees off the floor. And then we're going to lengthen the tailbone away from the back of your pelvis and press it lightly towards the pubis. Lift the sitting bones towards the ceiling. From inner ankles, we're going to draw the inner legs up into the groins. And then exhale and push your top thighs back and stretch the heels towards the floor. Straighten the knees, but don't lock them. And from the outer thighs, roll the inner thighs slightly inward. Narrow the front of the pelvis. Firm the outer arms and press the base of the index fingers into the floor. And lift along the inner arms from the wrist to the top of the shoulders. Firm your shoulder blades against your back and then widen them and draw them towards the tailbone. And then keep the head in between the upper arms so the ears are in line with the biceps. So lengthen the heels down towards the earth. It's okay if they don't touch. It's okay if you have a bend in the knees here. It's okay if the arms don't straighten completely, but we're working in that direction. So shifting the chest back towards the thighs, draw the low belly in. Lengthen the hips back. Pressing into the webbing between the thumb and the first finger, all the knuckles and the finger pads. We'll just be here for 3 more cycles of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then on to my next exhale, I'm just going to drop my knees nice and wide to the earth. Bring my toes to touch. And release my seat back, finding Child's Pose, Balasana. Resting my head on the earth here. And just taking a few cycles of breath. So you can perform this pose supported with a block under your forehead. If you'd like, you can bring the block and then lengthen back. And then we'll release the hips to the earth, hips to the heels, forehead to the earth. So again, this pose is going to calm and benefit, calm the brain and help relieve stress and mild depression. It's going to energize the body, stretch the shoulders, the hamstrings, the calves, the arches, and the hands. It's going to strengthen the arms and the legs. It's going to help relieve symptoms of menopause, menstrual discomfort, prevent osteoporosis, improve digestion, relieve headaches, insomnia, back pain, and fatigue. And it's therapeutic for high blood pressure, asthma, flat feet, sciatica, and sinusitis. So if you have any of those things going on, and I'm sure one of them, if not more, applies to you, because I think one of them applies to every person in America, at least right now, then go ahead and get your downward facing dog on. Get some support, get some relief, feel a little better. So thanks for joining me for this edition of Flexion Friday. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.